A recent UFC signing has made me feel particularly old. Jakub Wiklacz is one of the hottest properties in Polish MMA. We're about to see him go to work this weekend. So back in 2014, I visited Joanna Jędrzejczyk in Olsztyn, North Poland, as she was preparing her siege on the UFC strawweight title. Whilst I was there, I couldn't help notice a fresh-faced teenager that was helping the future UFC champ get ready. In fact, Jakub became such a key part of Joanna's preparation that she gave him props in her post-fight interview in Berlin after beating Jessica Penne to defend her title.
This is my sparring partner. He's gonna be a UFC fighter and for sure he's gonna be a champion one day.
Jakub has now embarked on that mission to become UFC champion, and if he is successful, the belts will sit alongside his KSW gold, which he won in 2022 and defended until he parted ways in 2024. A new generation mixed martial artist with a particularly accomplished skill set in MMA grappling, Jakub is a real prospect. In his time at KSW, he was part of some pretty epic fights, overcoming adversity, demonstrating skill, and walking the walk as a champion. Since I last saw him over a decade ago, he's moved on from Berkut Arakian and joined the same team as fellow new signee Robert Ruchawa and top UFC lightweight Mateusz Gamrot, who himself has important October. As an extension to that, Jakub has benefited from some trips to Florida under the roof of American top team, so fans can be rest assured he is well prepared. And he'll need to be, as he's facing Patchy Mix this weekend. The signing of Mix to the UFC was front-page news in MMA. Sadly for the American, so was the result of his UFC debut. On the back of that performance, you've got to feel Mix will want to make a real statement this weekend. Equally, for Jakub, this is an opportunity to use his opponent's name to really elevate his standing in the world rankings. Now, an insider's look, please be prepared for the ground exchanges in this one. We could be in for a real treat. So the early Fight Pass prelims will deliver a former KSW champion versus a former Bellator bantamweight world champion. This in the UFC super deep 135-pound division. Will we be uncovering a new Polish star on Saturday night? Let me know what you think.